last fall on the Cartoon Network. Number one show for boys, number one show on Cartoon Network. It was actually their biggest premiere ever. Again, it's number one Toyland out there, so it's a huge deal to us. And to make sure we capture that authenticity of the series and get it into the game, it's one of our big focuses. So that's why we're, as a company at LucasArts, very fortunate to get to work with Lucasfilm Animation to use the same art assets, the same voice actors, and the same scriptwriters from the show to give you that real authentic Clone Wars experience in the game as well. So other than that authentic experience, we also have two modes of gameplay. We have very distinctive modes of gameplay with the Jedi and the clones, and we also have very accessible action, very accessible and social action. So we're going to jump in here, we're going to introduce you to our 8 playable Jedi. We have old favorites like Obi Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. We also have fan favorites and fresh faces such as Aayla Secura, Ahsoka, Kit Fisto, Mace Windu. So Chris is going to choose Obi-Wan Kenobi and Plo Koon, and we're going to take you to Juma 9. Juma 9 is an asteroid mining facility that has now become a communications outpost due to the war. So the Jedi and the clones are being sent in to make sure everything's okay, and of course the CIS attacks. As you're going to see here at this cutscene, again, pushing home that authenticity, you're going to see the art assets, you're going to hear the voice actors. So we're going to jump in and give you a taste of the Jedi gameplay right here. Chris is controlling Obi-Wan Kenobi, and as you know, Jedi are very powerful, they're very acrobatic and graceful. They have their trusty, iconic lightsabers and use of the Force powers. So he can use the Force powers right here on this door to remove the obstacles. You can use Force powers for navigation, you can use Force powers for combat, you name it. He's going to enter the next room, we're going to be ambushed by battle droids, and you're going to watch what he can do with the lightsaber. Now, he's going to pull off these very sleek, stylish combos with his lightsaber. It's all going to look like maybe it's a little too complicated, or requires a ton of buttons. Not so. He's using one attack button to pull off these very fancy and exciting looking combos. The point being, it's accessible enough that any skill level, any player of any skill level can jump in, feel powerful, and feel like a Jedi in no time. We have Force orbs littered throughout the game as well. They unlock things like hats, masks, some really fun things you can dress your characters up as you play through the game. Chris is going to cross this bridge. We're going to give you a nice example of the teamwork required to be successful in the game between the clones and the Jedi. So, as you know, if you watch the show, the clones and the Jedi, they're always under attack. Like, they're always in some kind of sticky situation. No different here. These clones are in trouble. Chris is going to use his acrobatics, get over there, and he's going to bail these guys out. So now that he's done this, the clones, they're free to slice the terminal. Voila, you have a bridge. Jedi can progress through the game. So just like in the show, clones, Jedi working together, just like in the game, clones, Jedi working together. This next area Chris is going to enter is really heavy in combat. He's going to show you an awesome new combat feature we call droid jacking. So he can jump onto any droid in the game, take it over, and use it as a weapon or use it to navigate. So the Jedi have this unique ability, and again, they can take any droid in the game and jack them. So pretty exciting new feature for us. So that's a good taste of the Jedi gameplay. We're going to move over to the clones now, introduce you to our 10 playable clones, 6 of which you see on the TV series every week. 4 of which brand new, exclusive to the game. We're really excited about this because for the first time playable are these 4 new clones for fans out there to experience. Chris is going to choose Captain Rex, Commander Cody, and we're going to go to the planet of Bepor. Bepor has a landing pad very crucial to the Jedi. They want to land their ship Twilight there. In order to do so, clones need to go in and clear out the CIS threat. Clone gameplay very different than the Jedi. They're very soldier-like. They're very tactical, very frantic action. You'll see with the blaster fire, Chris is actually only using the right thumbstick. So in doing so, he can strafe and fire at the same time easily. It's like a throwback to those old school shooters. Stuff like Robotron, things, you know, like Smash TV. The clones, again, they can duck for cover. You're going to see them bounding over objects. They have evasive maneuvers. They also have secondary weapons that they're going to find throughout the game. These secondary weapons, now if you're in a situation where your regular primary blasters are not enough, say there's a ton of droids running out on you like this, Chris can pull out his minigun and look at him just lay waste to these guys. So you can basically just mow them down with his minigun. Very exciting stuff. If the minigun, maybe that's not your style, maybe you like to see some more explosions and droid bits, then you're free to grab something like the rocket launcher. It has a much more demolition feel to it. So Chris is going to fire a rocket into a group of these droids here, and you're going to be able to see them just explode into bits. Very exciting if you're into that kind of combat. Again, the clone's very, very combat oriented. But again, very accessible, very easy to pull off these moves. It's important for one reason. The reason is that Star Wars has a cross-generational appeal. So it appeals to the kids that are watching the show every week now, and it also appeals to the parents that grew up watching the movies that now get to experience the show with their children. And again, we have this hardcore Star Wars fans out there that are always looking for something new and exciting in the world of Star Wars. So in order to give them that, you have drop-in, drop-out co-op, you have the fresh new storyline, exciting gameplay. The entire game can be co-op. And in that cooperative play, we also have a really cool new feature that we like to show you here. It's called the Instant Challenge. So up to this point, you've been working together with your teammates, right? You've been having a good time playing together, working towards the same goals. Chris is going to jump in here, and he's actually going to compete against his squad mates. So you go head-to-head with your co-op friends and with your squad mates in a series of challenges. Now, this instant challenge right here happens to be a shooting gallery, but we also have racing. We also have competitive collecting mini games. So there's a whole set here for you to rack up kills, rack up points, get the fastest time, and at the very end you're awarded a medal so you can kind of talk trash to your buddies, see who did better. Chris got platinum. He's played this so many times. He's so good now. But again, the clones and the Jedi both have these instant challenges. You just saw the clone gameplay. Again, it's really important that we focused on that authentic Clone Wars experience, getting it into the game, making sure the game looks and sounds just like the show. You have the two modes of gameplay. You have very distinctive gameplay with the clones and the Jedi. And again, it's all very accessible, very social, very fun for players of all skill levels. The game is coming out this September 2009. On every console, you name it. It's a 360, the PS3, the PSP, the Wii, the Nintendo DS, and in North America, the PS2 has a version, and it's also coming out on the PC.
It looks really cool.
Thanks
Thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.